Good morning, students. Welcome to Royal Palace College online classes. In the last class, we have discussed some problems in organic chemistry. Okay, some basic principles about the inductive effect of hyperconjugation and stability of carbocation or free radicals. Now, let us see some basic questions of CET on it on geometrical and this one types of isomers. First, an isomer of ethanol is first question. An isomer of ethanol is. So ethanol means C2H5OH is ethanol. Okay, C2H5OH is ethanol. This one I will write it as CH3 CH2OH. This is ethanol, ethyl alcohol. An isomer of ethyl alcohol is, okay, first of all, what is isomers? Isomers are the compounds or the molecules that are having same molecular formula but different properties. Okay, again the different properties means they can be optical property or physical property or chemical properties also. So first let us see what are the basic isomers of ethanol. Alcohols basically they are isomers. Alcohols are isomers with ethers. Okay. Generally, isomerism can be seen between alcohols and ethers. They are functional groups isomers. Means molecular formula is same, but functional groups are different, like aldehydes and ketones. Same like that, alcohols and ethers also. For example, here the alcohol given is ethyl alcohol. You know its molecular formula is, I am writing this molecular formula, C2, 2 carbons, 3 hydrogens, 2 hydrogen, 1 hydrogen, means C2H6O is the molecular formula of ethyl alcohol. So first thing is, isomers should have same molecular formula. First methanol. Methanol and ethanol both are same groups, same functional groups. So there is no isomerism in them. Okay, no isomerism because ethanol means 2 carbons, methanol means 1 carbon, no isomerism. Diethyl ether. Diethyl ether means 2 ethyl groups attached to oxygen. This is diethyl ether. 2 ethyl groups are attached to oxygen is called diethyl ether. Now, is this molecular formula same with that of ethyl alcohol? No. Why? Because here 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbons are there. 3, 2, 3, 2 means 10 hydrogens are there. 1 oxygen is there. Molecular formula of diethyl ether is C4H10O. But here we need to have C2H6O. That means it is also not the isomer. Okay. Next one is acetone. Acetone is ketone. Basically, alcohols and ketones you don't find isomerism. And moreover, this molecular formula is also different. Why? Because 3 carbons will come C3H6O, but here C2H6O is there, so they are not isomers. And last option is dimethyl ether. Dimethyl ether means 2 methyl groups attached to the oxygen, like this. Now, what is the molecular formula? C2 3 6 1 oxygen. C2H6O. Dimethyl ether is having same molecular formula as ethyl alcohol, but what is different? Functional group is alcohol, functional group is ether. So these two are isomers. Which one? Dimethyl ether and ethanol are isomers. They have same molecular formula but different functional groups. Okay. Next question. Next question is the number of monobromo derivatives of neopentane. Okay, number of monobromo derivatives of neopentane. Neopentane means what? 5 carbons with central carbon atom containing 3 methyl groups. This is the neopentane molecule. This is neopentane. N-pentane means straight chain. Neopentane means branched. That too quaternary carbon or 4 degree quaternary or neo carbon must be there. Okay. So this is neopentane. Now this neopentane can form how many types of monobromo compounds? Means let us assume we are doing some bromination here. Some bromination reaction is going on. So how many types of monobromine substituted neopentanes are possible? Let us assume one hydrogen from here attached with bromine, removed, and bromine attaches to this carbon. So what I will get here? CH3, C, CH3, CH2Br, and this is CH3. So now this is 2, 2 dimethyl, 1 bromo pentane. Sorry, 1 bromo propane. Right or not? Yes. Similarly, if for example this hydrogen is substituted, then what is the structure I will get? CH3, CCH3, CH3, CH2Br. No? Similarly, this carbon if it is substituted with bromine hydrogen, then I get CH2Br, CH2Br, CCH3, CH3, CH3, like this. If this hydrogen substituted, then I get CH3, CH2Br, CH2Br, CH3, CH3. Now all these compounds are same compounds or different compounds? According to IUPAC, the functional group attached carbon should be the parent chain. So here this is parent chain, here this is parent chain, and here this is parent chain. Now if you see all of them, 2, 2 dimethyl, 1 bromo propanes only, no? All these compounds are, yes. That means whenever there are equivalent hydrogens present on the alkane chain, then only one type of bromo substituted products are possible. See, this is also, for example, if this is main central position, you understand this is main central carbon. This will become first position for this. Similarly, first position for this. Similarly, means what you find here, all the hydrogens are equivalent in their position. So automatically, if you remove any one hydrogen and attach with the bromine, then all compounds you will get is only one type of bromine substituted. So how many types of monobromo derivatives are possible? Only one type for neopentane. So for neopentane, only one type of monobromo derivative is possible because all the methyl groups are equivalent, all the hydrogens are equivalent. Next question is, HCN and HNC are HCN and HNC. Now HCN means like this. HNC means this is the structure of HCN and NC. This is H plus Cn minus it will give. This will give H plus Nc minus nitrogen carries the negative charge. Now this is called hydrogen cyanide. Hydrogen cyanide. This is hydrogen isocyanide. Isocyanide. Okay. Now that means this is one functional group, cyanide functional group, isocyanide functional group. So two functional groups are there with the same formula HNC. Molecular formula remains same. One carbon, one nitrogen. But what is different? Functional groups are different. One is cyanide functional group, other one is isocyanide functional group. The properties are different. That means both of these are functional isomers. They are what? Functional group isomers. Means cyanide functional group, isocyanide functional group. Same molecular formula. Okay? Next question. The isomerism which exists between CH2Cl, CH2Cl. I am writing here CH2Cl, CH2Cl and CH3, CHCl2. So these two are the isomers. And they are asking which isomers are these. Let us draw the structure, IUPAC name, then you will understand. This is like this, CH2 single bond CH2, one chlorine here on first carbon, next one more chlorine. Okay, this structure. This structure is CH3, Cl. This is the structure. Okay. First of all, are these two having same molecular formula or not? See, one carbon, two carbon. Okay, two carbons are there. 2 plus 2, 4 hydrogens are there. Cl, two chlorines are there. Same here, 2 carbons, 4 hydrogens, 2. That means molecular formula is same. But what is different? Position of the chlorine atoms attached to the parent chain is different. Here the IUPAC name of the compound is 1,2 dichloro, 1,2 dichloro ethane is the IUPAC name of this compound. This compound name is 1,1 dichloro ethane. 1,1 dichloroethane. So what do you find the difference? The difference is in the position of the functional group, chlorine group attached to the chain. So which type of isomers these are? These are positional isomers. Because position is different. Position of the chlorine atom or position of the functional group is different. Then the isomers are positional isomers. Okay? Next question is, which of the following exhibit geometrical isomerism? Geometrical isomers means what? Cis and trans isomers. So what are geometrical isomers? The isomers that contains, okay, the arrangement of the isomers whose arrangement of the atoms across the double bond are different are called as geometrical isomers. In geometrical isomers we have two types, cis and trans isomers. What are cis isomers? When two same groups are present on the same side of the double bond, then it is called cis isomer. What is trans isomers? The isomers in which two same groups are present on opposite side of the double bond are called trans isomers. Now let us see which of the following can exhibit geometrical isomerism or not. First option is 1,1 dichloroethane. First of all, alkanes cannot exhibit geometrical isomerism because a double bond is necessary. So, alkane it cannot be, butanol, alcohol it cannot be. Now what is the option? 2-butene, 1-butene. Let us check with this. Option B is 2-butene. Option B is 2-butene. Now I will write the structure of 2-butene, then you will understand. CH3, CH double bond CH, CH3 is 2-butene. This 2-butene can be written in two ways. CH3, I write a H, two H's upside for the double bonded carbon and two methyl groups downside like this. Or you can write like this also, CH3 upside H down and H upside CH3 down. If it is written like this, then what is this? It is cis 2-butene. It is cis isomer. Same groups are same side. Same groups are opposite side. It is trans isomer. That means 2-butene can exhibit geometrical isomerism. But what about 1-butene? 1-butene means CH3, CH2, CH double bond, CH2. CH double bond, CH2. Now if that particular compound I will write it like this. Okay, double bond in the center. Then what I should write? This carbon contains one hydrogen, one ethyl group. Means CH3, CH2, single bond C, hydrogen. This double bond, two hydrogens are present on this carbon. Okay. Now it is difficult to say here same group same side, same groups opposite side, because there are two same groups on same carbon. There are two different groups on the other carbon. So it is not like this. Same groups same side, same groups opposite side. But here you cannot say because one of the carbon contains two same atoms on it. So 1-butene is not the answer. Only 2-butene can exhibit geometrical isomerism. Only 2-butene can exhibit geometrical isomerism. Next, substances which rotate plane polarized light are called as. Okay. So basically, what is a plane polarized light? Ordinary light contains the particles vibrating in all possible directions with all different wavelengths. When this ordinary light is passed through nickel prism, then the light particles that are having only one type of vibration or one type of magnitude or wavelength will be allowed to pass through them. Then this type of light is called plane polarized or monochromatic light. Plane polarized light. Okay. So whenever I am writing in short form PPL. So whenever PPL light, plane polarized light, is passed through there is a deflection in the or rotation, if there is rotation or deviation in the movement of the light or passage of the light, then such type of compounds are said to be optically active compounds because they are interacting with the light. And if the light does not get deviated, then optically inactive compound. So substances which can rotate the plane polarized light, which can interact with the light, are optically active because they are reacting, they are interacting with the light, they are changing the direction of the light. That's why they are called optically active compounds. Okay, next. Which of the following is chiral in nature? Now what is chiral in nature means, if any carbon contains 4 different groups on it, then that carbon is said to be chiral. Let us check this example. Option A, okay, there are 3 carbons, one carbon central I am considering, CH3, CH, OH, CH3. This is option 1. Option 2 is CH3, CH, OH, CH2, CH3. Okay, C2H5 I have written like this. Option C is CH3, CH2, OH. Option D is CH3, CH, OCH3, OCH3, CH3. Now, what is chiral meaning? If any carbon atom contains 4 different groups on it, then it is called chiral. Chiral carbon, or the molecule is chiral in nature. Let us check. First case. This carbon containing one hydrogen group, one methyl group, one OH alcohol group, and one more methyl group. So is it containing 4 different groups? No. 2 groups are same. So this is not chiral. This carbon nature. This carbon contains one alcohol group, one methyl group, one hydrogen group, one ethyl group. So 4 different groups: methyl, ethyl, alcohol, hydrogen. So this carbon is chiral carbon. Check here. This carbon contains one methyl, 2 hydrogens, one oxygen. So it is not chiral. This carbon contains 2 methyls. So not chiral. So what is the option? Option is B. Chiral in nature. So what is chiral means? If the carbon is surrounded by 4 different groups, then it can be chiral. Isomer whose molecular structure are non-superimposable images of each other are called as. Basically, the definition itself we have in optical isomerism. Okay, the optical isomers whose molecular formula is same but which possess non-superimposable mirror images. Optical isomers with non-superimposable mirror images are called as enantiomers. That is definition. So what are enantiomers? Enantiomers are optical isomers with non-superimposable mirror images. Number of asymmetric carbons in tartaric acid. Tartaric acid means containing 2 COH groups and 2 CHOH groups. Okay, D-tartaric acid. It is optically active, D-isomer. Similarly, whenever the OH group here is present like this on this carbon, okay, attached here, then it is called as, this is also opposite arrangement, then it is called as L-tartaric acid. L-tartaric acid. Okay. So these two are optical isomers. Okay. Dextroisomer, levoisomer, plus and minus. Now they are asking the number of asymmetric carbons in tartaric acid. Tartaric acid actually contains 4 carbons. And how many asymmetric carbons are there? Asymmetric carbons are nothing but chiral carbons. How many chiral carbons are present? Let us assume this carbon. This carbon contains one acid group, one alcohol group, one hydrogen group, and this one okay, COH. That means 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 different groups are present on this carbon. So this is chiral. This is chiral molecule, chiral carbon or asymmetric carbon, asymmetric center. Similarly, you check the second carbon also. This is one acid group, this is one hydrogen group, this is one OH group, and this total one is another group attached to this carbon. So this is again one more chiral center. But is this chiral center because COOH is C double bond OH and this is attached to this group. First of all, there are no four different compounds only because it is double bond oxygen only. So this carbon you cannot count. That means this central first carbon and central second carbon, okay, first and second in between these carbons you can consider as chiral carbons or asymmetric carbons. So the answer is 2. Okay, this one, these 2 carbons are chiral, asymmetric. So the answer is 2, option B. Okay, thank you for now. We'll continue next class.